Hello everybody and welcome to today's video, which will be the third video in my app series. My previous videos, I've done the Uber app, I've done the Lyft app, and now we're going to talk about the Maestro app. Maestro is by far the best app that you can have as a rideshare driver. Absolute best app. What is Maestro? Maestro is an app that manages your apps. It is particularly helpful if you drive more than one app, such as Uber and Lyft, or Uber, Lyft, and Postmates, or Uber and Postmates, or Lyft and Postmates. Whatever the case may be. This app is also fantastic, although I don't think worth the money if you drive one app. This app is phenomenal. Basically what this app does is it manages your apps. It controls, it turns apps on and off. You can filter trip requests. It's phenomenal. And this latest update of Maestro is hands down the best that Maestro's had. You know, the old version I liked. This I love. All right. So let's get into this. Let's talk about Maestro. Let's show you what it does. Let's just kind of dig into this. So as you can see, this main page here, obviously you've got your map. All right. So never mind that everybody can see where I live, but in any regard, this map, this is the same map you see on Lyft, the same map you see on Uber. So that's what you start with. So there's all kinds of stuff on the top and all kinds of stuff on the bottom. So let's talk about what this is. Obviously, in the top right corner, that is your online offline toggle switch. I am not going to turn it on right now because I'm not really prepared for any more ride requests. I've already had 2 rides today. I don't want any more at the immediate moment. So I'm not going to turn my app on right now. But that's the basic online, offline toggle switch. When you turn that on, any app that you have connected to Maestro will turn on. Whether it be Uber or Uber and Lyft or whatever. And that is controlled by preferences, which we will get into. So that is what's on the top. The second line shows which apps you are using with Maestro. So you can see here, I've got Uber set as my primary app and Lyft as my secondary. And again, it's a 0 minutes under Lyft. And we will get into that in just a minute so you can find out what that means. The more apps, if you click on that, you can select more apps that you can add to the Maestro, app management. You can see Postmates is already on here. That is one that you can use if you currently drive for Postmates. I don't, so I don't need it. But that is on there. And then there is a place down here where you can request an app. And then the tech team will work to try to get that app as part of the Maestro service. So this is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal app. I absolutely love it. So that's what's on the top there. On the bottom, you've got 4 buttons. You've got your home button, which is the screen that we're on right now. This is the home screen. There's literally nothing there. It's just this. You got your preferences, you got your referral code, and you have account. So obviously account, this is just your information. Change password, account settings. So again, we'll get into all these. We're going to start with preferences. So preferences, what this is see here on the home screen, I have primary as Uber. Okay, that's what this is. So right now I've got Uber set as my primary app. This is where you go in and you set up your filters. And as you can see here, it says enable auto accept. Maestro is an app that automatically accepts ride requests based on your filters that you have set up for both Uber and Lyft. And basically, anything that you get that falls within your filter, Maestro will automatically accept for you within a second. It's way quicker than you ever could have than you ever could have personally accepted it yourself. So that is absolutely what Maestro does. It's a phenomenal app. I absolutely love it. I'm going to keep saying that throughout this video because I love Maestro. So you can customize auto accept. So you see here, app switching. Uber is your primary app. If it's not your primary app, it'll ask if you want to make it your primary app. Okay, obviously in my case, it is my primary app. So you want to, and then enable auto accept means that you would like to allow Maestro to accept trips on your behalf for you, so you don't have to touch anything. So I just turned it off so I can take you guys through this. So you can have this set up so it shows all the services available in your area. So right now UberX is set to off, so it won't accept anything on my behalf at all. If I turn UberX on, now it'll auto accept every UberX trip that fits within the customization that we're going to go through in a minute. So again, it accepts any UberX request. Okay, if you're an XL or you have pool in your area, you can also turn those on or off as you want. If you have Uber Eats, I think that's on there too. So great functionality here. Customize auto accept. So you can go through all the individual services that your market has. So you can go through UberX, you can go through Uber XL, you can go through Uber Eats. You can go through every single one of them individually and set the same filters. So I only have UberX in my market. I don't have Pool. I don't have Eats. I'm not an XL. I have XL. We have XL in my market, but I don't have an XL. So I can't accept XL. So UberX, you can set the minimum rating of the passenger that comes through. So 4.6 is what I have mine set at. I find that that's pretty typical. Most drivers will take a passenger that's rated a 4.6 or higher. So what that means is that if I get a rider that has a 4.61, Maestro will automatically accept that ride for me. If I get a request for a rider that has a 4.6, Maestro will not accept it. So 4.6, generally it's widely anticipated that if they're lower than a 4.6, they had an issue somewhere. I've personally never seen a rider. I've never picked up a rider that had less than a 4.7. So that's that. I'm hardly ever going to get a rejection based on rating. So 4.6, you can set that from 0, all the way up to 5. I don't think anyone's ever going to accept a passenger less than a 5. That's not very cool. But that's what that is. So minimum surge, I have this set to off, and what this means is that Uber will automatically accept any ride for me, regardless of surge. A lot of drivers turn the surge on. I think it still auto accepts if there's no surge. If there is a surge, it won't accept anything that falls below your filter. So I've got mine set to off, so it takes everything that comes through. So that's the way I prefer it. I'm not picky about the rides I take, especially in a smaller market. You really can't be. So I have mine set to off. Maximum time to passenger pickup. You will see on Lyft that I have this set differently, but I have it set this way on Uber because of the long pickup fees. So if I have to run across town to pick somebody up, I'm going to get paid extra for that. So I turn this filter off. Some people will still have it turned on because they don't want to go more than 20 minutes away, or they don't want to go more than 15 minutes away. In my market, you get paid the long distance pickup fee at 11 minutes. So I wanted to make sure that filter was at least set beyond 11 minutes so that, you want to make sure you know your market, you know what that long pickup fee cutoff threshold is in your market. And if you want to set this filter, make sure you set it beyond that so that you can still get those long pickup fees. Accept long trips means yes, no, or only. So this is if the rider is going 30 plus or 45 minutes plus as their destination. So that's what this is. So yes means that it would automatically accept a long trip for you. no means that it will not automatically accept, and only means that that's the only thing it'll accept. So, pretty self-explanatory there, but that's what that means. So that means that the passenger is going 30 or 45 or whatever minutes away. So, and you get that when you get your ping, it shows up. That's only happened to me one time. So, actually twice. So that's what that is. So then that's the way I have Uber set up, right? And again, you have to do this for every one of your services that you drive for. So if you drive for Uber X, Uber XL, and you are willing to accept Pool and Uber Eats, you have to go through and do that for those as well. If you want filters and you want Maestro to auto accept those for you. So that's how it works there. With your secondary app. So it's a little bit different here. So you can tell Uber or you can tell Maestro that you don't want it to even use you don't want it to manage Lyft at all. And that's what that is. So I have it shut off right now. Turn it back on. And if you want to switch it, that's what the select button does. You push select, it'll switch, and it'll make Uber or it'll make Lyft your primary app. Activation delay. What this is the number of minutes that your primary app is idle before it opens your secondary app. So in this case, this is the amount of time between when my Uber app turns on and when my Lyft app turns on. It also means if you get a ride on Uber and you have the activation delay set, it waits that many minutes before it opens Lyft. I've got mine set to 0, so it always turns Uber and Lyft on at the same time. And as soon as I complete a trip on one of the apps, it automatically turns the other one back on. So that's the way I like it. That's the way I want it to be. I like them both to be on all the time. Does sometimes cause an issue because you can get 2 requests at the same time. It's rare, but it does happen. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. It's happening a bunch of times. It's probably not as rare as I think it is, but in any regard, same deal here with auto accept. Lyft Line, Lyft Plus, Lyft Lux, all those are available on here. Obviously, Lyft doesn't have food delivery service, but all those are available on here as well. Again, I have the same filter for passenger rating and surge, but again, the maximum time to passenger pickup, remember, you do not get surge, or you do not get long distance pickup fees with Lyft. So I have this set to 9 minutes. I don't want to go more than 8 minutes away. So if that trip is 9 minutes or longer, it'll automatically not. I need to be clear about this, and I plan on doing a live demonstration of how Maestro works. I need to be clear about this. Maestro does not reject any rides. They just don't accept them. So, again, you'll see this when I do my live stream. And again, accept long trips, yes, no, or only. Literally, the same thing as Uber. I just have mine set up a little bit differently. And then you have your referral code. If you refer a friend, this kind of goes into the cost, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. If you refer a friend, you can earn money off toward your next subscription. So, if you refer a friend who signs up for the monthly plan, you get $5 off your plan. And your friend gets $5 off as well. $25 for the annual plan, and your friend gets $25 off as well. So this is where you'll see that. You can send an emails, tweets, SMS, share it on Facebook, send it through WhatsApp. And then down here it shows how many rewards you've gotten. I have no referrals. I have a referral code out there, but they haven't actually converted it yet. So once he does, I will have that on here. But that's referral details right there. So my code, again, is below if you're interested in signing up after you've watched this whole video. So yeah. Then the last tab is account, and this is literally just your account information. Account settings. If you sign up through Google or Facebook, there's nothing here. If you sign up with your email address, you can modify settings in here. change your password, accept stacked trips. This is where, like with Uber, how you have somebody in the car and then you get another request, it'll automatically accept those stacked trips. Lyft doesn't do that, at least not in my market. It might do in some markets, but in my market, it does not do that. So that's what that is. It'll automatically accept those stacked trips for you. Unless you turn it off, then it won't. Airport queue mode. If you live by a major airport, it'll automatically put you in the airport queue if you turn that on. Hide or show services. This is where you select the services that are available in your market. So again, it's Lyft and Uber. And so you go through the list here. Pool, Eats, XL, Select, Black, and SUV. If you drive any of those, this is where you turn them on. And then you can go back to that main preferences page and set the filters. Okay? And again, Lyft, Line, Premier, Plus, Lux, and Lux SUV. So again, if you do any of those services and you want to turn them on and use Maestro with those, that's where you do it. So that's what that is. Navigation. Close navigation on trip end. Uber and Lyft do this if you use an outside navigation source other than the in-app navigation. So that's all that does. It basically shuts maps off and puts you back on the app that the ride is originated from. That's what that is. The Maestro bar is really cool. It's really, really hard to describe. But basically, it puts a bar down at the bottom when you're navigating. So when you're on Google Maps or Waze or whatever you use, it puts a bar at the bottom. And what that bar has is it has the star rating of the passenger's name, how many minutes away you are, an ETA, and the address of where they're going in the center bar. And then on the right, it tells you what service you're on. So whether you're on Uber or Lyft. I only use it for Uber because I use the in-app navigation on Lyft and Maestro bar does not work on that. But I love it. This Maestro bar is probably the best thing about this update. It is phenomenal. I love it because I have all the information. Because when you turn on navigation through the Uber app and you use Waze or you use Google Maps, you lose all the information about the customer, about the rider in your car. Once you turn on that Google Maps. You don't remember their name, more than likely. You don't know what they're rated if they ask. You can't easily see their destination. So this takes all of that, and it even tells you what the search is. So it takes all that and puts it in the bottom bar so you can easily see it. So you know exactly where they're going. You know what their name is. You don't know what the star rating is. Things like that. So I love it. Maestro bar, I think, is the best thing about this new update. So that's what Maestro bar is. Highly recommend it. Sound and voice. This is different. I don't use this, but basically what this does is this controls what sounds you hear. Maestro has a sound that it makes when you get a ride request if you use that particular app. If you use that tab. I don't. I prefer the Rideshare app sounds. That just leaves the Lyft and the Uber sounds the same that you're used to. The Maestro sounds, it makes one sound regardless of what app the ride's coming through. I like to know what app the ride's coming through on. That's why I use the Rideshare app sounds. I'm going to see it when it auto accepts, but I want to know where it's coming from before I see that. And then voice commands, you can turn those on. I don't use them. But again, you can say accept trip, and Maestro will accept the trip that's being ignored via the filters. Maestro arrive. Say Maestro, wait for a ping, and then say arrive to confirm arrival. So that's literally like on Lyft where you have to slide to or tap to arrive. That's what that does. Maestro starts the trip, and Maestro end ends the trip. Literally what it says. But again, that would be for when you get to the end of the trip and you have to rate or you have to end it. You have to push the button to end it. This does it for you. If you use the voice commands. I don't. I don't see any point in it. I'm perfectly happy with what it does. And then there's the help center, which takes you to maestro.com and takes you through their automated help center. I think I have it open in the other window. There it is. It's got FAQs. It's got any information. that you might want to know about the app. It tells you the status of your account. If you go to home, so it's trying to get me to do a free trial, but when I click on it, I can't actually access the free trial because I've already used it. So now that is the Maestro app, and I will show it to you in action once I have decided to do it. I mean, I'd like to show the Uber Lyft, the Uber app, the Lyft app, and the Maestro app all in action. Plan on doing that relatively soon. But let's talk about the specifics about Maestro. So Maestro is a subscription service. They do offer, as you saw on that last screen, they do offer 30-day trials, absolutely free. At the end of the 30 days, you have to choose if you would like to continue to use the app. You can choose from 3 subscription options. Now, it's important to note that if you have a subscription or if you have a referral code, you use that referral code and you sign up for the trial. Do not wait until after the trial to use that referral code, or you won't be able to use it. You have to email Maestro separate and have them do it for you. That's what I did on mine because I forgot to use the code I had. So there are 3 payment options. There are 3 subscription options for Maestro. I don't think any of them I don't think they're that expensive. I got a little bucky at first, because when I started driving for Lyft as well as Uber, I got a little bucky about the price. I wanted something that was cheaper that would do the same thing. There's no other app out there that is like this. And I promise you, this is worth every single penny that you could possibly pay for it. So again, 30-day free trial. At the end of the 30-day trial, there are 3 subscription options. The first one is a 20 cent per ride. So they literally take 20 cents every time you use Maestro to filter a ride request. 20 cents per ride. I don't think anybody uses that feature. It used to be that if you knew you were going to give less than 10 rides a week, that you could just get it for free. Or you got up to 10 rides for free. And then it was so many cents per ride after that. Now it's just 20 cents straight per ride. The second option is a monthly option, and it's $11.99 a month. Which, if you sit down and do the math, that's more than the annual subscription. The annual subscription is $99.95 per month. One-time payment. Pay it once, you're done for the year. Again, I think it's worth it. You can write it off at tax time. As a business expense, that's what I did. So and trust me, it is worth every single penny. You will not be disappointed if you use this app. If you do the 30-day trial and things go really well and you love it, use my referral code. My referral code will be in the description below. I'll save $25 on my next subscription. You'll save $25 on your subscription if you do the yearly, which I highly recommend. If you know you're going to be driving Uber and Lyft for the next year, pay for the year. It's well worth it. It's worth every penny. It's cheaper than going the monthly route, because if you go the monthly route, you're paying $11.99 for 12 months. You're paying $143.88 if you do it by the month. If you do it by the year, you're paying $99.99. Whoops. You're saving $43.89 signing up for the annual subscription. Highly recommend it. It's a great app. You do not save money using your referral code if you do the per use plan. Don't do it. It's a ripoff, right? It's absolutely a ripoff. You pay $100. You're done. You can use it for as many rides as you want. It is worth every penny, I promise you. Again, referral code is below. I think that'll do it for this video. It's getting a little bit rambly. I will have next week, I will plan on uploading a live, probably not live, but I'm going to record Uber in action. I'm going to record Lyft in action, and I'm going to record Maestro in action. Those will be next week's videos. I don't know what days they'll be out. But I probably won't do them on the weekend. I'll do them on a slower day so I can just get one and then shut it off. I want to show you those. I want to show you those apps in action. So you will see those next week sometime, and keep a lookout. And as always, if you have questions or comments, leave them below. Download Maestro. Do it now. Free trial. Love it. That's it for this video. Subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next video. Lyft on, Uber on. Have a great day. Have a fantastic weekend and be safe out there.